Are you struggling to decide what horror movie to watch tonight? There are dozens of streaming services with hundreds of movies to choose from, so it can seem impossible to choose what to watch while you sit there doom scrolling for hours. And that's where I come in. This is Nonstop Horror, and today I'm going to be providing you with the best horror movies you can find on Hulu right now in 2025. So buckle up and let's talk horror. Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe because these sneaky streaming services are always changing and you're going to want to be in the loop about horror all year long. Rebirth is a psychological horror drama inspired by Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, and it's the directorial debut of Laura Moss. In this movie, a socially awkward morgue technician and a single mother who is also a nurse team up to keep a little girl alive. Who's the little girl? Well, it's the single mother's daughter who suddenly died, and the morgue technician has brought her back to life. You know, pretty typical stuff. So while the morgue technician's experiment is technically successful, the two women must still draw from their very different expertise in life to keep the little girl alive. The movie will keep you on the edge of your seat and also make you question your own morality when it comes to your loved ones. Definitely worth a watch right now. Titane is a body horror psychological drama, and it's probably the movie most likely to make you say, "What the fuck?" out loud on this list. It's a disturbing film that you will not soon forget. It has the same director as Raw from 2016, which should drive the nail in the coffin even more. With a titanium plate surgically fused to her skull after a car crash as a child, car model Alexia embarks on a wild and unpredictable journey that questions our assumptions about family, identity, and love. Titane is for viewers who appreciate body horror and avant-garde cinema. If films like Raw or David Cronenberg's work resonate with you, this award winner will leave a lasting impression, believe me. The film delves into identity, transformation, and the complex relationship between body and mind, presenting a visceral experience that's both shocking and thought-provoking. I fucking hate spiders, which makes this flick damn near impossible to watch for me. In a rundown apartment complex, a young girl secretly raises a pet spider she found in her building, but as the spider grows quite rapidly, it becomes clear that this isn't just any ordinary arachnid. What starts as an innocent fascination quickly turns into a terrifying nightmare as the creature's hunger becomes insatiable. If arachnophobia and The Thing had a baby, it would be Sting. Fans of creature features, body horror, and tension-filled thrillers will appreciate the slow build-up and gruesome payoff. This film taps into primal fears, parasitic horror, the loss of control, and the disturbing transformation of something seemingly harmless into a full-blown terror. It's got that 80s B-movie charm, but with a modern bite. I will remind you, if you hate spiders, this one will get under your skin. What You Wish For is a fantastic movie to go into blind. It's about a struggling chef who takes an opportunity presented to him by an old friend where he's invited to Latin America to help cook a meal for the extremely wealthy. Things get dark in more than one way very quickly in this one, and once things start to click, your jaw will be on the floor. It's a beautifully shot film, the location is beautiful, the food is beautiful. If you liked The Menu or Fresh, you'll get a kick out of this film. Although its themes and subject matter are horrific, it's also a pretty funny movie, very much a dark comedy. I thought I could predict a few plot points, but it subverted my expectations. And I love how it explores this cross point of being stuck between a rock and a hard place, basically abolishing your inner morals while also kind of getting to live out your dream. It's quite the combo. Barbarian came out in 2022, and I haven't stopped thinking about it since. It stars Georgina Campbell, Bill Skarsgård, and Justin Long, a cast that should get you hyped about any movie. A young woman arrives at her Airbnb rental late at night only to find that the house has been mistakenly double booked and a strange man is already staying there. Against her better judgment and the audience's, she decides to stay the night, but soon discovers that there's a lot more to fear than just an unexpected house guest. Barbarian is perfect for those who love unpredictable horror with twists and turns. If you enjoyed Get Out or Don't Breathe, this film's blend of suspense and shock will be right up your alley. The movie touches on themes of trust, the unknown, dangers lurking beneath the surface, and the horrors hidden behind everyday situations. It's a suspenseful ride that keeps you guessing. Ooh, Underwater. I love Underwater. It's a horror movie that is absolutely slept on. It stars Kristen Stewart, and it's going to give you chills, especially if you get claustrophobic or you're afraid of the ocean. This is one of those films where the action begins immediately and it never lets up. Think the opposite of a slow burn. A crew of underwater researchers must scramble to safety after an earthquake devastates their subterranean laboratory. As they navigate the ocean floor, they realize they're being hunted by monstrous sea creatures awakened by the seismic activity. This one's for fans of sci-fi horror and creature features. If movies like Alien, The Abyss, or Cloverfield are your thing, then this deep-sea thriller is going to deliver everything you want in a horror film. The film explores survival against insurmountable odds, the fear of unknown lurking in the depths, and the consequences of humanity's intrusion into uncharted territories. Little Monsters is for someone who wants a little bit more of a lighthearted vibe. When a washed-up musician chaperones his nephew's school field trip, he never expects a zombie outbreak. Teaming up with an unshakable kindergarten teacher who's played by Lupita Nyong'o, they must protect the kids while keeping the situation lighthearted so the little ones don't freak out. If Shaun of the Dead and Zombieland are your type of horror comedy, then Little Monsters is going to be right up your alley. It's got gore, laughs, and a surprising amount of heart. This movie blends zombie horror with themes of resilience, childhood, innocence, and the absurdity of survival in the face of the undead. It's fun, quirky, and offers a fresh take on the zombie genre. Mr. Crocket's a wild one. This might appeal to parents in the audience. Mr. Crocket is a children's TV show character who kidnaps kids and takes them to his world. And in the movie, we follow this mom as she embarks on a perilous quest to rescue her son, who has been kidnapped by Mr. Crocket. This movie is absolutely bonkers, and you've got to go into it with the right mindset. You can't really take it too seriously. It's campy, but also brutal, and there are all these like demented puppets that Mr. Crocket uses that are from his TV show. Yeah, it's pretty great. Really great practical effects all throughout. It's the directorial debut of Brandon Espy, and the concept came to him after seeing his eldest son obsessively watch Blippi, wondering what it would be like if the character came out of the television set. And honestly, yeah, that is pretty fucking scary. He also drew inspiration from Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood and Nightmare on Elm Street, and you kind of root for the villain in this one. He's got some certain relatable morals behind what he's doing. The social commentary is a bit in your face, but that doesn't mean it's a bad message. In The Empty Man, a former cop investigates a missing girl and stumbles upon an urban legend about a supernatural entity known as the Empty Man. As he digs deeper, he uncovers a terrifying conspiracy that suggests the legend might be real. If you liked Sinister or the Mothman prophecies, that's a callback. The Empty Man offers a slow burn horror experience that rewards patience with one of the most chilling payoffs in recent years. Along with patience, I found that this movie definitely benefited from a rewatch to really piece things together. It's a mix of psychological horror, cosmic horror, and cult paranoia. The film plays with the idea of belief shaping reality, and it slowly creeps under your skin before hitting you with an existential gut punch. While Smile isn't my favorite movie of the bunch we're talking about today, you can't deny its popularity and mass appeal. It's pretty creepy for the most part, and I remember being absolutely intrigued from the very first trailer years ago. After witnessing a traumatic incident involving a patient, Dr. Rose Cotter starts experiencing terrifying occurrences that she can't explain, mostly in the form of people randomly smiling at her in these really creepy ways. As an overwhelming terror begins taking over her life, Rose must confront her troubling past to survive and escape her horrifying new reality. If you're into supernatural horror with a psychological twist, Smile will have you on the edge of your seat the entire time. Fans of movies like It Follows and The Ring will find this one particularly gripping. The film explores trauma, guilt, and the inescapable nature of one's past, all wrapped in a chilling narrative that will make you think twice about the next smile you see. Honestly, the ending of this film could make it or break it for you. For me personally, it breaks it. Like, why can't films just be about mental health and that's it? They've always got to add in these extra elements that just demystify everything. But let me know how you felt about it down in the comments. I have very similar thoughts about the sequel, Smile 2, and I think I enjoyed number 2 a little bit more than 1. Alien Romulus. This was a horror blockbuster from last year. It's got a huge budget, beautiful cinematography. Fede Alvarez did an amazing job. It's here to remind us why we still freak out over space horror, and honestly, it delivers. It's directed again by Fede Alvarez. He did Evil Dead in 2013. He did Don't Breathe. This interquel wedges itself snugly between Alien and Aliens, connecting the Prometheus-era films with those classics. What's the plot? It's about a group of young adults tired of their oppressive lives. They try to escape by scavenging an abandoned spacecraft for cryopods. But spoiler alert, the spacecraft isn't abandoned. With stunning cinematography and enough paranoia-inducing atmosphere to make you side-eye your own popcorn, Romulus absolutely slays. Let's talk the vibes of the film. The movie keeps you creeped out and on the edge, nailing the tension with a killer combo of lighting, score, and top-tier cinematography. In that third act, it goes full throttle in the best, most unhinged way possible. Not everyone will love where it ends up, but honestly, it's wild, it's bold, and it's going to be debated over beers and Reddit threads for years. Bold moves, Romulus. Bold moves. That said, it's not perfect. The characters make some pretty dumb decisions, yes, even for horror standards. But let's cut them some slack. They're young and they're facing death by alien nightmare. There's also a CGI moment that's so bad it'll kind of make you wince, and there are some fan service lines that try way too hard. But hey, nobody's perfect, and I think that the film's overall vibe is strong enough to forgive those hiccups. My final verdict for Alien from last year was like a 7.5 out of 10 for me. It's a creepy, edge-of-your-seat thrill ride with killer visuals, impeccable creature design, and an ending so bonkers it might just go down in horror history. If you're an Alien fan or just need a good scare in space, don't sleep on this one. I haven't watched it since it was released on Hulu, but apparently the poorly done CGI in the theatrical release has since been corrected, in case that worried you at all. The First Omen delivers a chilling and atmospheric dive into the origins of the iconic Omen franchise, unraveling and unsettling events that foreshadow the rise of ultimate evil. It's about a young American woman who is sent to Rome to begin a life of service to the church, but she encounters a darkness there she wasn't expecting, and she slowly unravels a conspiracy within the church. Shout out to Nile Tiger Free, the actress who portrays our main character. She is a powerhouse in this film, and it is nothing without her. With its deeply unsettling tone and masterful cinematography, this film grips you from the first frame and refuses to let go. Even if you're not familiar with the original Omen films, this prequel stands on its own, offering a haunting experience packed with genuinely terrifying moments. As someone who doesn't typically delve too far into this franchise, I found the movie incredibly engaging. Great opening scene, by the way. Late Night with the Devil is about a TV talk show host who is obsessed with being the best. In order to try and boost the ratings of his slowly dying talk show, Jack Delroy hosts a special occult-themed episode on Halloween night, with guests ranging from a psychic, a skeptic and former magician, a parapsychologist, author, and his holy grail, a 13-year-old girl who is supposedly possessed by a demonic spirit. Yes, broadcasting it to the world live. We watch the events of the night unfold as Delroy moves from guest to guest and unexplainable events start happening. And then we slowly unravel Jack's backstory and kind of learn some things that may be contributing to said unexplained events. Late Night with the Devil is a little bit found footage, a little bit documentary, a little bit supernatural, and I rarely see hate for it online, so you should definitely check it out. Well, there you go, friends. A fitting 13 amazing horror films that you can go watch over on Hulu right now. If you've seen any of them, let another horror fan know what your favorite part of each one is down below so we can all help each other choose what to watch tonight. Make sure you're subscribed here on YouTube and follow over on TikTok, nonstop.horror there, and on Instagram, nonstophorrorofficial there. I just made a Snapchat, so I guess if that's your vibe, you can find me there. Nonstop Horror wasn't taken yet, so I snatched that up over there. Thanks for hanging out and talking horror with me today, and remember to embrace the fear all year long.